Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Star's Train of Thoughts. This podcast is dedicated to putting out content about empowerment, self discovery, and personal development. This platform, I'll also be sharing my stories and experiences with my faith, anxiety, personal struggles, and everything in between. So buckle up, get ready, because the next episode's coming up. Hello, guys, and welcome to another podcast episode. It's me, Star, and welcome to Star's Train of Thoughts. So, for this episode, I'd like to tackle mostly about my mental health concerns, my mental health issues. It's because for this week, I've been struggling, I've been fighting this depression, and I've been dealing with this for the past few months already, and I just can't seem to get my feet or my life back on track. It's because the situation that we are in, especially this pandemic, has greatly impacted or influenced my state of mind. It's actually making me worse. This isolation, this feeling that I can't move, this feeling that I can't control where I want to go or to the places that I want to visit. It keeps on pushing me down, and I'm trying to lift myself up every now and then, but this situation, this pandemic clearly have pushed me so bad so far that sometimes I just can't help myself to get depressed over again and get anxious about the future. And yeah, because of this struggle that I've been going through for this week, I've decided to, search on some self-reflection questions. This is also connected with mental health questions as well. So I just wanted to answer some questions to pour out my thoughts on this. It actually would help me process things if I get to talk about them. So the first question is, have you ever experienced a terrible occurrence that has impacted you significantly? Of course, my answer for this question is a big yes. I have a lot of experiences from my childhood to high school to college, basically with adulting. It's not just based of what I have gone through with my journey, growing up, but it's somehow with the different people that I'm with the different people who have impacted my life. These different occurrences in my life actually have led me to a much deeper level of issues and anxiety. And I don't mind because I know that through this experience, I get to grow as a person. I get to learn more. I get to discover myself. I get to know about my strengths, my weaknesses. Yeah, basically self-discovery and personal growth all in the same circle. I really don't mind the struggles because I know there's a purposeful output or outcome. Yet, I can't deny that I have a lot of these struggles and experiences. The second question is, have you experienced a week or longer of lower than usual interest in activities that you usually enjoy? Well, of course, this is a perfect example of my life because I easily get bored with a certain activity or with a certain hobby. I can actually see myself as a good beginner or a good starter because I'm so passionate, I'm so excited, I'm full of energy when it comes to the beginning, but later on with this activity, I easily get bored. That's why this is one part of me that I struggle the most because I just want to explore a lot of things even if I'm not yet done with the first one or with the first task that I just discovered. So it's troubling me at times. And it's difficult, for example, with this podcast or with my content creation, I just have to constantly push myself to remind myself to get back on my feet, to get passionate about it again because I don't want to leave it hanging. I don't want to just let it be. So it's one thing that I want to really remind myself to go over it again, to revisit it again, and to just see myself where I am with that certain task or hobby. Number 3, have you ever experienced an attack of fear, anxiety, or panic? So if you have already been with my, listening with my podcast episodes, you've already known that I have this anxiety, that I have experienced panic attacks. It's one of the reasons why I had gotten to podcasting, because I really wanted to use this platform as a process for me to get to know my struggles and just put it out there, talk about it, and not just suppress it. And it's one way for me to just release all the tension that is inside me. Actually, these anxieties, these panic attacks, or whatever mental health issue that I may have, I'm not gonna indulge about it at the moment because I don't wanna trigger myself. Number 4, do feelings of anxiety or discomfort around others bother you? It actually depends on the level of anxiety or the severity of my anxiety. Because there would be times that I would want to remove myself in a social situation, or whenever my anxiety gets triggered, I would want to isolate myself because I want to cry it all out and I don't want to break down in front of my friends or in front of my family. When I'm feeling kind of better, I'm open to talking about these things with my friends. These feelings sometimes bother me, but I try to fight it. Number 5, tell me about your sleeping habits over the past few months. Have you noticed any changes, difficulty sleeping, restlessness? I don't know if this is psychological, but when I was in college in Cebu, a roommate of mine have told me that oversleeping is actually a sign of depression, and that thought stayed with me and actually embraced it through the years. So if you've really known me as a person, I really love to sleep. It's like my escape. It's my getaway. And it's sometimes my escape to dealing with my issues and my life problems. And I just want to sleep and just get away from it all. When I get depressed, I spend additional hours of sleeping. Sometimes I would just stay in bed. I think I already have experienced staying in bed for more than 24 hours, especially when I get anxiety and, my panic attacks. And sometimes I would just stay in bed, having insomnia or oversleeping. I have a struggle with, getting out of bed, and I have issues with sleeping as well. Number 6, how would you describe your appetite over the past few weeks? For my appetite, it's been jumping from barely eating to overeating. I can connect this one with my hormones, I guess. It depends on my mood. When I'm seeking comfort, sometimes I get it from food. When I'm overly depressed or I'm in my anxiety episodes, sometimes I don't eat. So, I don't know. But for the past few weeks, actually, I've been eating a lot of junk food. So I think it's somehow affecting me. Number 7, could you tell me about any times over the past few months that you've been bothered by low feelings, stress, or sadness? Wow. Well, of course. There was a time that I actually felt empty. Sometimes I would also have this excessive emotions or excessive sadness. It's really difficult to juggle with these emotions or with these feelings because every day is not the same. Even if I'm so happy for this day, but tomorrow is a brand new day, so I wouldn't know if I'm gonna be happy or am I gonna be sad tomorrow. So it's basically not the same. Number 8, how often during the past few months have you felt as though your moods or your life were under your control? I couldn't answer this. I think sometimes I don't want to control my life, like every bit of my life. I don't want to be like a control freak with it. I just wanted to go with the flow. I just wanted to move this life without much control of it, because previously I've been such a control freak and it didn't end up with a good effect on me. So I decided to throw that mindset, that attitude. So right now I've been trying to live in the present and not much worry about the future, because of course I have already given the future to God, and he is the author of my life, and he is responsible for my life. So I don't really control everything. I don't want to demand things. So yeah. Number 9. How frequently have you been bothered by not being able to stop your worrying? I'm not bothered anymore, but I am frequently annoyed when I worry too much, when things should not be worried about, but I end up worrying about them. So it's annoying to be in that situation or in that state. Number 10, can you tell me about your hopes and dreams for the future? What feelings have you had recently about working towards these goals? Entering September, it was a different state for me. Unlike August, I've been, pumped up. I've been excited. I have a lot of goals. I have a lot of things to do, lists of tasks that I need to finish, but I end up setting it aside because, my feeling of depression for the past week. So I don't really dig deep into that. But in terms of talking about the hopes and dreams for the future, it's still at halt because of this pandemic, of course. But if I would be given a chance to plan for the future, number 1 for me would be my travel. I'd really love to do solo travel again. It's one way of me releasing from all the pressures of life. All the pressures life has been throwing me for the past months. So yeah, travel, definitely number 1. Okay, next question, the final question. Am I having any extreme emotions or mood swings? Definitely, of course, my gosh. Like extreme emotions. Like I can't even handle them anymore and I just feel lost again. And then, sometimes I know I'm in the process of my healing, but sometimes there would be, you would be lost again. You would be going back instead of moving forward. That's just some of the questions that I wanted to tackle right now, and I guess I'm going to end this one with a message that mental health is not about the absence of mental illness. It's not my plan yet to end this podcast, but I wanted to continue this one on a part 2. So just to end this part 1, I just wanted to put it out there that mental health is not about the absence of mental illness. So even if you don't have any mental issues, it's really important that we take care of our mental health. That's it, and I hope you get to listen to the next podcast. Bye!